So Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez just panned Ivanka Trump after a video of her awkwardly trying to join in a conversation with people she obviously has no business conversating with went viral. Now, I'm going to show you that video and then show you the awkwardness, and then we'll go to AOC's tweet. First, here's a clip.
Yes, but still lost social justice. And if
It's all, yeah.
As soon as you start talking about the economic aspect of it, though,
Yeah.
a lot of people start listening who
Yeah.
wouldn't
Start
otherwise
listening.
listen.
And the same with the defense side,
Yeah.
in terms of the whole sort of ecosystem. It's been very male dominated. So,
All right, so look, she decides that she wants to kind of crash and put herself into the middle of that conversation where she obviously doesn't belong, right? So now AOC had responded to her doing that by saying, quote, "It may be shocking to some, but being someone's daughter actually isn't a career qualification. It hurts our diplomatic standing when the president phones it into the world and moves on. The U.S. needs the president working the G20. Bringing a qualified diplomat couldn't hurt either." She's right, you know. But, see, you got to understand, qualified in Trump, bit of an oxymoron. I mean, again, Donald Trump, deeply unqualified to do basically anything. But you also have the Trump kids, who are also super unqualified to do anything, I guess, other than try to do cringy business deals. And break the Hatch Act a whole bunch of times, which Ivanka has done. So now, soon after this video surfaced, you had a lot of fun responses from Twitter commenters, which is, I love this perspective right here, this comment from Shafiq Mandai, who wrote, "Ivanka Trump is every rich media intern whose dad plays golf with the management and will eventually be your editor." Now that kind of strikes home, right? And the reason I say that is you can see all sorts of unqualified people due to nepotism basically get their position that they're deeply unqualified for. And it just happens because, well, my daddy owns a shop, or, you know, my dad plays with management, or my dad is management. And that's how they get their positions, right? And so this is that situation. She got that position by just the birth lottery. There's more. Questions for POTUS says Ivanka is so terribly embarrassing, gives me knots in my stomach. It's true. Christine Lagarde is probably one of the smartest women on the planet, and is no doubt wondering why she must entertain the liar-in-chief shoe counterfeiting daughter. And others asked, why is Ivanka in a discussion with Macron, May, Lagarde, and Trudeau? 2 years ago, she was a fashion designer stealing designs from other designers and selling condos using deceptive tactics. She shouldn't be representing the United States in any capacity. Unfortunately, we have a presidency that is basically a giant clown show. You have people in there who have no business sense, for one, and especially have no political sense. She's not a diplomat. What is she doing there? What is she doing there? At least, and Tucker Carlson was also there, right? At least Tucker Carlson is probably a bit more knowledgeable on this issue than Ivanka Trump. There's more. Olga Lotman said, this is one of the most humiliating overseas Trump regime trips for America. Trump is a danger to national security, and his ass-kissing to Putin, Kim Jong-un, and Mohammed bin Salman. What every enemy country saw was weakness, and that the Trump regime will welcome all attacks. What the hell, Ivanka? It's true. And look, here's the thing. Just like her father, Ivanka Trump is basically playing a role. She is pretending. And that whole family is filled with posers and pretenders. And the only reason that they're relevant, of course, is because they happen to have been born into wealth and privilege. Trump with his father, of course. Then you have Ivanka, Eric, Don Jr. You don't see a whole lot of Tiffany, but maybe she's the problem too. So here's the thing, right? Now, I'm not against them simply because of who they are. Now, if Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner took their time, learn, study, to become at least somewhat knowledgeable in this field, where they really hit the books, right? then okay, I wouldn't have as much of a problem with it, right? Now, I might disagree with their positions, but at least they would put in the time to be able to learn what they're talking about. Most of the time, they don't. Now, I do have to give Kushner a little bit of credit for pushing prison reform. So that was important. That was something positive they actually did. But as far as Ivanka, what has she actually done? Child tax credits. That's what that's her big idea. Child tax credits. Wow. It's not a big idea. That's not bold. It's been around, actually. The idea of giving child tax credits has been around for quite some time. And by the way, that doesn't help people who are barely surviving. That person making that family making $25,000 a year, you know how much they got back from Trump's tax cuts? $40. Do you think a tax credit is going to help them? Come on. Really? Childcare costs so much out of pocket, but you think a tax credit is going to help you? Come on. No, see, here's the thing. Ivanka is not concerned with those people. No, what Ivanka is concerned with is, of course, people of her social class, people of her social consciousness, I guess. She's very wealthy, she's very privileged, and she will never escape that bubble. But at the same time, what's weird is that they're kind of in the middle, right? Now, the Trump family is so clownish that they can never really truly fit in with the elite, which is why this is such a cringy moment. No matter how desperately they want to fit in with the elite. So they can't fit in with regular people. They can't fit in with the elite. And so they're just kind of in the middle, hanging out there and making, asses of all of themselves, which is kind of entertaining, but ultimately not great when it comes to foreign policy. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.